Microsoft. At Lucian2K2 writes in and asks, can you talk about the console sales, Xbox console sales? Is there anything Microsoft can do to be great again? I think he was referring to this Variety article. They did an article about why Microsoft doesn't share the number of Xboxes sold anymore. They announced that they were going to stop doing it at some point. I don't know. How long ago was that? Was that like a year?
When they started losing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious like why they stopped. Once it's clear that you're not going to catch up and it's not going to be
right. Why would you want to be putting that number out every month? It's
every month. Just, yeah. If it was it's one thing if it was like once a year or something, but every month it's just like, it's not helping at all. But Microsoft said that they use a different key metric for success, and
money.
That's which is it's a very good key metric for success, by the way, in this.
Yeah, I mean, business. If they're making money, then that's, it totally works.
Yeah, I think it doesn't mean as much as it did in previous generations where there wasn't so much online dollars getting sent to the companies. Mm-hmm. It's good news that everybody can make some bucks, but it is.
Yeah, their actual quote was all about engagement and whatever, but that all boils down to money.
Sure. You can't. The point is,
and probably subscriptions and
that's money.
All that kind of. Yeah, I would say yes. I know it's money, but there's more subscriptions on the Xbox that are game related than there are on the PlayStation. So they could be. They may have sold fewer consoles, but they could be earning revenue in significant ways that Sony isn't.
It doesn't matter if Sony is or isn't. It's
their money that they're making.
Sony has their money. Microsoft has theirs.
That's what I mean. Everybody's making money. It's a good thing.
It's great. You want everybody to be making money.
Because if everybody's making money, then you don't have to worry about the companies not supporting your thing anymore.
Right. And also don't worry too much about the explanations that executives give for doing different things, like the Microsoft executive for not giving out the sales numbers, or the EA executive who says that gamers don't want linear games anymore, and that's why we're not making the Star Wars game. I mean, sometimes it might be true, and sometimes it may be just a small part of the reason, and there's some other reasons that it's just simpler to give that reason.
But that is a funny statement to release, though, the same week that the sales numbers for God of War come out.
Which one? Microsoft, you mean?
No, the EA statement.
Oh, that's an older statement that somehow popped up again because of
I thought you meant the Microsoft statement.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, Juan. Somehow the EA statement came back. Oh, it's because Sony announced their God of War sales numbers. So people went back to find a tweet that Corey Balrog. It's not Balrog. It's
something
Barlog. Barlog.
Yeah.
Balrog's a Street Fighter guy.
Yeah.
Basically calling out the EA executive for saying that customers don't want linear games. But God of War is not a linear game. I mean,
it's
not linear.
Yeah.
But it meets the characteristics of an open world game enough, I think, for most for it to not be a lie to call it an open world game. Right? I mean, it may not be the most open world, but it's open worldish. Here's a question. Oh, I put this in Sony, but it was really for Xbox. I don't know. Shipwreck, answer this Xbox question.
Okay.
That's in the Sony. That's in our Sony section. This is from Shazam. This is actually from our Discord channel, discord.gg/CAG, if you want to get in that. The question was from Shazam, and he says, "While I don't take part in any fanboy activity, I do understand PlayStation does seem to have a strong foothold when it comes to exclusives. I understand we don't know for Xbox's full first-party plans, but if you were in Phil Spencer's position, how would you fix this problem? Any games you would start up or studios you would buy?" Ship, can you make Microsoft catch up to Sony this generation?
No problem.
What they should do is make a deal with Marvel and make good Marvel games. But Sony's already
done that.
Yeah, Sony's doing that with Spider-Man. If Sony's doing that with Spider-Man, there should be like an Xbox One for the Avengers. But
Connect.
Yeah.
Look, if Microsoft
Actually, no, Fable. The answer is Fable.
Well, Fable's going to happen. Fable. I don't know that that's the whole answer, but it's at least an interesting property. The problem that Microsoft has had with a lot of their exclusives lately are they don't feel like AAA games. Like
correct.
Rise 2.
Like Recore or Super Lucky's Tale.
It's almost like they forgot to secure exclusives, and then they said, holy shit, we forgot to secure exclusives. Let's get some as soon as possible. So all the games that they have are games that are made, they're not AAA games. They're games that could be made in a year or two, or games that were almost ready. So, yeah, something they, who was the guy who quit? Maderick?
Yeah.
He
John
just
Matrick.
bailed and he went to Zynga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he forgot to make games, exclusives. And even now, the problem is Shazam, even if Shipwreck comes up with all these games that they should be making,
they're 5 years out.
Right. So
yeah, it's too late is the problem for this generation.
Yeah, they have to plan for the next generation.
I mean,
they have to have if they want to do that. I mean, I don't know how their financials look, but if it makes sense to put the money into developing these strong first party games, then it's going to be for the next console.
Should Halo 6 be out by now?
No,
you don't think it's time?
No, I think take your time on Halo, because
should the next Halo be
last
an open
one
world RPG?
Did not have the legs of that Microsoft would have liked.
right.
So I think really go back and make sure you're nailing everything with Halo, because that's your iconic franchise that you have. Like, really, other than that, Gears does okay,
at this point, you don't even release a new Halo game for Xbox One. You save that for the next system. Ideally, I mean, if that's your launch title, that's
or should they just like quickly put out Halo VR?
No, fuck that.
Halo Battle Royale.
No. Just keep us thirsty.
100-player Halo.
They don't have the studios is the problem too.
Yeah, they don't. They forgot to do all this stuff. They were too busy cleaning up the mess. Maderick's mess.
Yeah, so I think that the next, this is clearly something that Microsoft will address in the next iteration of console. I don't know, whatever they're going to do with these things now, however they're going to market it, because it's clearly not in the pipeworks right now.
No, and it doesn't. Strategically, I don't think it makes sense to put it out for the Xbox One. You already put out a Halo game.
Should it be a smaller idea? Maybe it's not so much as exclusive games. Maybe it's exclusive content. Maybe Far Cry 5 should have had exclusive vehicles found only in the Xbox version.
Nobody cares about that.
I don't know. I'm just thinking. No. Thinking out loud. I'm trying to help.
It can sway people that one way or another if they have both consoles.
But that's really it, right?
Yeah. The best thing they can do is just get ready for the next system. I mean, and look, they're making money now, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know that they're profitable. I'm assuming it seems like they must be doing fine.
They're doing fine.
I think just Fortnite alone is helping everybody.
Right. That's the thing. Like, maybe the third parties are enough, like sprinkled in with your Forza, your Halo, and your
movie rentals,
your Game Pass scenarios, your EA Access. Those are really good products that, if I was a parent buying a console for my 14-year-old or 15-year-old, and instead of buying them games, I would do $10 or $20 a month, whatever it is. Well, $10 a month for Game Pass, and then the additional $40 a year for EA Access. It's not bad. That's not a bad deal to get all.
You get a
those
lot
games.
of good stuff,
and to not have to pay any more than those two things. And it's like, oh, I need a new game to pay. Well, there's 400 over here. Pick one. So
yeah, it does make.
I don't know what they're going to do with the first party for this for the Xbox One, because
you're going to get Forza games and you're going to get Crackdown, and then
you've got Crackdown coming, and it's not. They needed a lot of work last time we saw that.
They need to crack down on that game.
On Crackdown.
That game should be awesome. Like, what happened with that thing? Like, maybe they've turned it around since
hopefully
last year when we saw it. But
yeah, I think you got that. You got the Forza games, which are great, and you call it a learned lesson. Hopefully, that you don't screw it up for the next one.